We was dead wrong. Your Ultra AP look like honeycomb. I done left my ex, so they ain't coming home. Told her she won't see me till my money.
What's up with y'all? It's Austin Mars TV back here with another video, and today we got a self-cut taper. Thank y'all for 20k. So to start this off, we're going to go lever closed. Then right above that, about an inch up, we're going to do lever open and work on blending those together just by closing the lever halfway and then opening and closing as needed to knock out that line between the two. I'm going to try and make this video as simple as possible, easy as possible. So now we're just going to do the 1.5 guard, lever open, then right below that, close the lever and just continue to flick out with it. As you can see right here, I switched to the lever closed. Now we're dropping down to the 1 guard, lever open, and then the same thing, do lever closed under that. Really focus on using the corner when you switch over to this guard, just so you don't create another guideline into the 1.5 area. Then now we're going to switch to the 0 guard or the 1/2 guard, depending on what guard system you're using. And I usually just do lever close, or I play with the lever till I see the line in that area gone. We're just cleaning up this area of the taper, bringing it all the way together. And now what I'm doing is switching over to my 2 guard, I believe, and just flicking out, kinda creating the shape of the taper, because once I let my hair down out of this bun or whatever I have it in, I got it pulled back right now. When the hair comes down, you're going to want the taper to flow nicely into the top. You don't want it to just be all cut lower. It's not going to look right. It's kind of a gradient look. You want it to go light to dark, not just be real cut down on the sides, then have long hair on the top. So that's why I say the higher guards, you want to flick out more, so it's kind of shaped into the top when you let your hair down, or if it's already down. So yeah, right here I'm just coming back and detailing any areas that you see that need touched up, or any areas you see that you could go back over and clean it up a little bit more. Go ahead and do that. When you're detailing, once again, focus on using the corner of the blade, or you're going to put in another guideline and have to go back in or refade that area. So you know, just focus on using the corner of the blade. Thank y'all for 20k, by the way. I'm going to talk more about that at the end of the video. You know, be more consistent. 2020, it's a new year. It's time to get in our bag. So right now I'm coming back in with the trimmer, knocking off all the hair at the bottom, and then the closer I get to that lever closed area, I'm using the back of the blade, since it doesn't cut the hair down as low as like it facing forward. It just kind of prevents it from putting in another line. And the reason I don't start with the trimmer is because it'll put in a harsher line that's harder to get out, especially since the clipper blade doesn't cut that close. So right here I'm just doing some small detail work at the bottom. And the reason I'm not saying what guards I'm using when I'm detailing it is because it's situational. You might have to hit it with another guard in a certain area than I do. So yeah, just get it as detailed as possible before you move on. You might have to run back through the guards just to clean it up and get it as good as you can. But right here we're starting the other side. This is just a little bit of a different angle, a more forward facing angle, just so you can see the motion I make when I'm creating the taper. So once again, lever closed, about an inch above that, lever open, close the lever halfway and try to blend those together. Like I said, you might have to work that the lever a little bit just to get that line out between the two. So now once again, take your 1.5 guard, lever all the way open, create it in the next guideline, kind of flicking out the closer I get to the top of that area, kind of helping you know, it'll be easier once I get to the 2 guard, because it'll flow more into it. So now we switch down to the 1 guard, lever open, lever close. So all it basically is lever open, lever closed, and working your way down to that. Once again, 0 guard, lever open and closing it. Just trying to knock out that line, clean up that area of the taper all the way. So once again, I do lever closed, lever open, blend those two together just so it's not too hard to work with and keeps it organized. Then switch to the 1.5, then the 1, then the 1.5, and just do lever open, lever closed with all of them. It's really simple, especially when you get to doing it and practicing it. And then now I just come back in with my 2 guard, flicking into the top, creating the shape of the taper so it flows nicely into my hair. As you can see, I'm dragging off the head the higher I get. You don't want to dig in towards your hair because that'll just ruin the shape of it. So now we're on to the detailing. Just cleaning up some. And this side I didn't have to do as much detailing just because I feel like this side fades a whole lot better and a whole lot smoother. I'm really glad I did both of the sides at different angles just so you could see more of how I work the blade the more I get on certain guards. Like here you can really see how I scoop out the closer I get to the top. So now we're just coming back in with the shaver, knocking out any of the stubble at the bottom just to give it more of a gradient look. This just helps the taper look more clean in my opinion. So now what I do, I personally like how my hairline looks in the front knocked down. I think I'm using the 1.5 guard. It just helps it line up cleaner in my opinion. I have a lot of hairs that hang over if I don't. So to begin the lineup, what I do is I match up the vertical bars, make sure they're going down at the same angle. Try and get them as close as possible. Then I hit the curves, so I get both of the sides matched up, and then I try to hit the hairline with that. With the curve, you want it sharp, but you don't want to push up your corners too much because that's a common area that gets pushed up. And even at me, sometimes I'll push up my corners and I notice when it grows back it doesn't look as good as if you try and leave it as natural as possible. So that's what I tried to do in this video. Tried to keep it as natural as possible, but also keep it sharp. So as you can see, I'm matching up the sides, then we're going to start on the hairline. Just trying to get it as detailed as possible. You don't have to be in no rush when you're cutting your own hair. Just take your time, it's going to pay off in the end. So for my hairline, I start off in the middle. I just feel like it's easier to work from one side to the other. Basically, once I start in the middle, I go either left or right and go all the way to the corner. And then I start back in the middle and go on the other side, whichever side I didn't do, and try to match it up with the side I just completed. If you have more of a receding line, I usually would recommend starting in the corner. An older, more experienced barber, he's been cutting for about 30-40 years. He showed me like starting in the corner and matching them up first, and then going to the middle, bringing it all together. Kind of helps speed it up. Kind of just helps you out, so you don't push it back any more than you have to. Say if you got a corner that's higher than the other and you need to match it up, it'll prevent you from bringing up the whole hairline. So just try that if you got a receding hairline, starting in the corner that's the highest, and then working your way to the middle, then do the same thing on the other side. So now we're just hitting it with the razor, trying to get it sharper. What I recommend is always pull the skin in whatever area you're working on, and also do short choppy strokes. You don't want to drag the razor along your skin. That's what tends to cut. Just try and make it choppy strokes. See, I couldn't really remember how I recorded the back last time. I was trying to angle the camera over and like behind me and all that, and I just couldn't get a good angle, so I just decided to show one side of the lineup and call it a day. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. You know, subscribe if you're not already. I'm posting a giveaway video right after this. This video should be up January 1st, 2020. Here's the final results. As you can see, I did a self-cut taper on both of the sides and also a lineup. I was trying to record the back, but it was so hard. Like, I was trying to angle the camera over the self-cut system, like both sides. I don't remember how I recorded last time, but I wasn't able to get that. I was just like, I'm going to wait and let someone else do the back. Or maybe do it after this video or something, because I couldn't remember how I recorded it last time. But yeah, thank y'all for staying with me even though I've been so inconsistent. What I plan on doing is dropping this video on January 1st, then having a couple videos after that that I already edited, and just putting them and dropping them consistently. And I'm going to clear out my schedule more for YouTube, so I'm actually able to put out content like I could have this year. Because I know if I would have put out content on a consistent basis like I should have, I would have had way more subscribers than what I'm at now. I could have been up by 100K or maybe past that. But yeah, I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for 20K. I'm doing a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. That will be one of the next upcoming videos. I was supposed to do it at 15K, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, thank y'all. Like I said, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Like this video. You know, add me on Instagram, Snapchat. It's the same thing as my YouTube. This is Austin Mars TV, and I'm out.